Hey guys, ThnxCya here, and welcome back to another video. Welcome to part 2 of the Shady Oaks SMP lore. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like about what Shady Oaks is, if you want to know, I highly suggest watching part 1. I will link it in the description down below, down there. Before I start, I just want to put a quick disclaimer. I do not own anything of the Shady Oaks SMP, like any of the lore or anything. All of the pictures that you guys are going to see, I took myself. All credit goes to the members of the Shady Oaks SMP, which I will list their names down below, also in the description. Yep, down there. Enough introduction. Let's get into it.
So because the fact that mostly everyone on the server was acting sus, Dan decided to build this secret bunker base room type of thing underneath his basement where it could be his base of operations where he could do some spying on people. Because, like I said, mostly everyone was acting sus, and yeah, he was planning on possibly hiring someone. So I'm pretty sure this was a different day when Echo Soldier joined the server. So it was Dan, Squid, and Justin who were the only people on the server at the time who welcomed him. And when they were explaining the rules about the no crafting netherite stuff, Squid, quote unquote, let it slip that 2 netherite pieces have been found. And Dan was like, what? And Justin didn't say anything. Okay, so everything I'm about to say, I just want you guys to keep in mind that this all happened on the same day. So this day, it really should have an official name because so much stuff happened. But yeah, I just refer to it as the Day of Chaos. So because the fact that Dan built that secret bunker, and because he built that secret bunker, he was acting sus even though he was sus of everyone else, it was a whole circle. Anyways, Squid stole James's original horse back from Dan. The horse that Dan stole from James is like, oh yeah, this is E-Boy, what are you talking about? He never died. It was actually James's horse. So he stole his horse back and gave it back to James. And so Squid told James that he was gonna go spy on Dan because he was acting sus and he wants to see what he's up to. So he told him that he was gonna make invisibility potions and go and spy on him that way. And so James is like, hey, can I go spying with you? Yeah, Squid said, okay. So they make the invisibility potions. And so after they made the invisibility potions, Squid wanted to see if it would fully work kind of thing. So he basically gave it to James as like, hey, you be the guinea pig, you see if it works. So James went invisible. They went to spawn. Yami, Echo, and Justin was there. So Squid and James joined them invisible. And so James was just messing around with them invisible. And they're like, wait, what's going on? And they quickly figured out, oh wait, it's James invisible. So then Dan came and they mentioned something about his Strider, which he previously got not too long ago. And Yami is like, what's a Strider? So the Strider was in Dan's basement. And so they showed Yami, and so Justin was making this joke about what's the gender of the Strider. So he dug a block near the Strider. It revealed some of the redstone that opened the secret entrance of Dan's bunker, and they all saw it. So Squid was even more sus of Dan. So Squid wanted to see what was in Dan's basement because the redstone, he knew something was down there. So he starts to build a tunnel that leads to his basement. But in the middle of doing that, Justin finds his tunnel and then he sees that Squid's doing it. And he says something like, what are you doing? And so Squid sees him and he swims away. And then Dan saw the chat and he's like, Justin, where are you? Justin's like, I don't know. So then Dan saw his name tag and he saw that there was a tunnel. And at first he thought it was Justin, but then he went in and he tried to get Justin to move so he could see where the tunnel led to. And he hit Justin with his sword, I think, to get him to move, but Justin didn't move. And so Justin accidentally killed him. They got into a VC call, and then Justin explained everything to him that he didn't dig this, it was Squid, and that was just self-defense. So then Dan believed him. So Squid was mad at Justin for basically outing him, And so he was in the same voice call with Dan and Justin when Justin was explaining himself to Dan. So then Squid says something like, "Good luck with the pick, you're not going to have it for much longer." And Dan heard. And so he basically knew that the second netherite piece was a netherite pickaxe and that Justin had it. Dan was always planning on hiring someone to help him with the spying, and he was considering Echo. And so because of everything that just happened, he showed Echo everything and told him the real reason, like, why he has this secret bunker is to, like, see who has a netherite pickaxe, or see what the second netherite piece is and who has it. I mean, at this point, he basically knew, but he's telling Echo, I need, like, solid evidence. So, while this was happening, Squid was talking to James, and Squid saw that Dan and Echo went in, and so Squid was going to use an invisibility potion to sneak into Dan's base and see what he's hiding. So he told James to go distract Dan and Echo and, like, get them out of the base. So that's what James does. He goes at the door of Dan's house. Dan and Echo come out. Squid, like, goes in invisible. He sees the secret entrance. Squid goes in. He finds the way in. Then he sees the bunker, but he doesn't see, like, the evidence that proves, like, what Dan's actually doing with the spying. James lured Dan and Echo out, saying something like, "Hey, what happened? What was going on?" Acting like he didn't know what was going on with the whole tunnel situation, even though Squid told him. Dan showed him and Echo, because Echo didn't see it either. And actually, I think Justin tagged along too. Then he was explaining what happened. And then when they were in the tunnel, he heard some of the pistons that opens and close the entrance to his secret bunker. And so he knew someone was in there. So he ran back to his base. But when he got back, he didn't see anyone because Squid was there invisible, and I think he left by the time Dan got there, and he suspected Squid. Dan goes to Squid's house to try to confront him, but Squid doesn't admit anything. So then everyone wanted to go, like, work on the horse racetrack, so everyone went over there, and then Dan got Echo to go away for a second, and they kind of continued their meeting. Echo explained to Dan what had happened earlier with James and the being invisible. And so they figured out that James and Squid were working together, and they figured out that, Squid was in there invisible, and that's why Dan didn't see him. Then because of that, Dan went to James' house and put signs all over it saying, "I know what you did, James," talking about the invisibility potions. And then he went to Squid's house to try to steal James's parrot called Pigeon. So he tries to steal Pigeon, and so he hits it, but it didn't die. It just teleported to James and everyone at the race horse track. Dan went over there, and he hid Pigeon, even though I'm pretty sure everyone saw it. So he hid Pigeon in a hole, and then he logged off the server, and he waited until James logged off so he could go back on and steal Pigeon. After James logged off, Dan got back on, and he, like I said, Pigeon was in a hole. So Dan got him in a boat, and he thought that if he placed water down, then the boat would float up, and that's how Pigeon would have gotten out. But he placed the water, and he accidentally killed Pigeon. I don't know why Dan did this next. So then Pigeon dropped 2 feathers, and he renamed it to Pigeon's left wing and Pigeon's right wing. And then he put those in James's base alongside the signs, and and that was the day of chaos. Then a different day, James logged back on, and he saw the signs and Pigeon's wings, and he immediately thought it was Dan. I don't know why, he just did. But he thought the signs meant the fact that Dan's quote-unquote horse got stolen, even though it was James's horse to begin with. He was saying that was Squid, not me, but it was actually about the invisibility potions. So James told Squid about it, and a different day, they kind of confronted Dan about it and just like, hey, do you know any information about Pigeon? He's like, nope. Last I saw him, he was at Squid's house. Like that kind of thing. And they were actually confronting everyone, but they basically knew it was Dan. And yes, this will become relevant later. So later that same day, Dan goes to Echo's house because Echo told him earlier that he has some more information about the whole spying thing. And so Dan goes to his house, and Echo actually has a secret area. And so Echo just confirms that Justin has the second netherite piece, a netherite pickaxe. Then a different day, Dan basically gets kidnapped by Squid and James. So what happened is, Squid told Dan that he was opening a new shop. Dan already had a bad feeling, so he didn't really bring anything valuable on him. And so Squid led him to this hole in the ground. And so Dan followed Squid down to the hole. And down in the hole was was James and obsidian and a whole lot of lava. They showed Dan that they kidnapped his Strider, and Dan had this cardboard cutout of Dr. Trayaurus. They also took him. They had his Strider hanging over water, and they had the cardboard cutout over lava. They were trying to get Dan to confess to killing Pigeon, because like I said, they already basically knew it was Dan. I mean, they didn't really know, they just suspected it was him. So Dan, he confessed to Pigeon. And Kindness came out. Dan confessed to accidentally killing Pigeon. And then Kindness was like, all right, just one more confession. Then you can have both of your, Strider and the cardboard cutout back. Even though they originally just said, okay, just confess to Pigeon. And so he said, what happened to E-Boy? And so if you don't remember, Dan accidentally killed E-Boy, and Squid was the only person that Dan told. And so, of course, Kindness knows. So Dan wouldn't confess, and so he didn't want his Strider anymore. And so he tried to just, kill it himself, because there was this lever, and they said, hey, if you confess, we will pull this lever, and then your Strider is going to fall into the water and die. And so Dan flicked it, but nothing happened. He's like, I don't want my Strider anymore. And they're like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm not confessing to E-Boy. E-Boy's alive. And so he got out and his Strider died. Yeah, then they all kind of just settled down and just came to a conclusion about the whole Pigeon situation. James forgave him, and they all decided that they weren't going to steal each other's pets anymore. Squid actually told them that Justin hasn't been on this, was going to go on vacation for a week, and the fact that he's barely on the server. And so he's like, hey, because of this, maybe he shouldn't have the pick anymore. And I'm pretty sure it's also the fact that he outed him. He said something like that he shouldn't have it anymore, and that Squid was going to try to get it from him. So because of what Squid said, Dan thought maybe that he could get the netherite pick. And so a different day, he talked to Kindness, then said, hey, can I get the pick? And Kindness said something like, okay, yeah, if you can get the pick from Justin, then you prove yourself worthy enough to have it. So yeah, Dan gets that quest or mission from Kindness to basically kill Justin to try to get the netherite pick. Oh yeah, Kindness also said that he had to prove himself, and she said something like take something that he loves or destroy something or something like that. And so Dan's like, he likes his house, and so his house is made out of concrete powder. And so Dan made a plan to threaten him by putting water above his house and saying, hey, if you don't give me the pick, then I'll pour water on your house. So a different day, that's what Dan does. He places water above Justin's house, and Justin comes, and then he threatens him, and actually this Kindness kind of comes out through Dan. It's kind of hard to explain, but it was Kindness was talking through Dan, but it was just in a way it wasn't kindness. I know it's kind of hard to explain, but also the fact that Dan's arm was all red and black and corrupted how Squid's was. Dan threatened Justin. Justin didn't want to do it. And so Dan tried to kill Justin. He was so close, but he wasn't able to. And so Dan poured the water on his house anyways. Luckily it didn't destroy a lot of his house, but then he was gone and he's like, I'll be back. Then a different day, he found the nether village that Justin got the pickaxe from. Even though one of the rules on Shady Oaks is not to snitch. And chat was saying that's the place where Justin got the pick from. Dan made a plan to bring Justin there and try to get the pick from him again. And around this time, Justin was able to decode the name of the pick because, like I said before, it was in this encrypted, and it's actually encrypted in the galactic alphabet. Justin decoded it and it said it said something like unearthly revenge. So its name is Revenge. So yeah, different day. Dan brings Justin to the nether village, and Justin acted like he was never there before. Dan brings him to the cave, and that form of kindness comes back out again. Kindness, or Dan, or whoever it was, is like, hey, yeah, give me the pick. Or, yeah, give Dan the pick. And Justin's like, well, if you give him the pick, then he might curse it again. This form of kindness basically implied something like that he wanted it to be cursed, or something like that. Kindness killed Justin, but he didn't have the pick. And it said that if Justin doesn't give Dan, or this form of kindness, the pick, then one really bad event is going to happen at his house.
But anyways, that's all the time I have for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!